Good evening. Today we're at Phuket Airport and we're about to fly Jetstar back to Singapore. But my check-in counter is at around the other side of the airport. I'm currently at counter A and I have to head to counter E for Jetstar check-in. Jetstar boasts affordability and efficiency for budget travelers. But how does their service measure up on a 737-800 for a flight from Phuket to Singapore? Join us as we take a closer look at what Jetstar offers on this short-haul journey and see if it's budget-friendly choice or a compromise of comfort. Let's go. That check-in was absolutely flawless. There was like no one in the line. We're not very early. We are probably like 2 hours early, and plus it's a budget airline, so people show up pretty late. But anyways, it's time for immigration. Immigration at Phuket was very smooth. I'm just having a light meal before we board the flight because our flight's from 9, and because of the time difference we'll arrive at 12. I've decided to do my filming upstairs because it's too embarrassing to do it downstairs. It's such a packed airport. But now I'm slowly making my way to gate 15 where I'm about to fly back to Singapore. Before boarding, let's check out the seat map. As you can see, this is a classic Jetstar A320 in a full economy class layout, like it's a budget airline competitors, as they don't have any room to give us comfort. I don't remember what seat I was sitting in. I think I sat in the back of the wing. And there's a total of 3 lavatories on this aircraft, split between 30 rows, which has 6 passengers each, giving us a lavatory ratio of a 1 to 60. That is not the best, but not the worst either. But as I remember on board, I didn't have to wait for the lavatories as it's a red-eye flight. While waiting, let's also check out some of Jetstar's reviews and see how they compare to other budget airlines in Asia. Jetstar was rated the 4th best low-cost airline in Asia after AirAsia, Scoot, and Indigo. And on TripAdvisor, they have a 3-star rating, and they have especially good value for money and cleanliness. Qantas Airways holds a minority stake in Jetstar Airways, and their fleet is based off of 18 A320-200s. Most of Jetstar's reviews are very good, but there are a good amount of average and terrible reviews. Some people say it's a good budget carrier, and for low cost it is certainly okay. But on the other hand, they have forced return ticket bookings, and some people also say it's the absolute worst. Some people say it's consistently terrible on multiple aspects, and that it's a clown airline. It's finally time for boarding. The butt cushion was actually pretty soft and pretty plush, but the back cushion was pretty bad, and there was a lump sticking out of it that made it unbearable. The head cushion was also pretty plush, but it wasn't adjustable, but it's a budget airline. The legroom of this seat was really bad considering I'm wondering how tall people fit in the seat. And considering it, the seat width was also pretty mid, but I guess the seat width should be the same for all aircrafts for the same class. And now the tray table was pretty average. It had a good amount of pull-out, and overall it was just a bit stained. The edges were a bit dirty and it felt a little bit oily on hand. It's now 10 o'clock and we finally are pushing back from the gate. And they were even giving us extra air. What a generous budget airline. The seating was really weird, as there was a few rows with people, and then a few rows without people, and then I claimed a row to my whole self, and then now I can just relax, I can even move my feet. It's so nice. Now, cause there was nothing else to do on the flight, I headed to the lavatory to check it out. Checking out the headroom was pretty decent. I think it's what you get on a standard narrow body aircraft. Checking out the sink was pretty functional, and it was actually pretty clean, as this is a red-eye flight and not much people will be using the lavatories. There's also some soap, there's also some tissues, and also some nice lighting, which worked really effectively, but it was a bit plain and it was a bit boring. But this is a budget airline. The toilet was pretty clean, it's what you get on a standard airline, and the floor was a bit dirty and a bit sticky like what you get on the other budget airlines. And equipped with my first class lie flat bed, I had a great sleep and almost missed the landing. Time to finally land back in Singapore. We're gonna land around 12 and be fast at taxi to Terminal 4. Overall, for this flight, the cabin crew were nice, but the backrest was absolutely horrible. Luckily though, I got a whole row to myself, which is awesome on a red-eye flight, cause you want to sleep. The toilet is pretty decent, it's like what you find on the other airlines. And overall, I would say it was a pretty positive experience. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.